Hello. Yeah, today I'm gonna do a unboxing video. Yes, and I'm gonna be unboxing a DJI Phantom 4. Yeah. So let's get this started. Yeah. First thing within the box, DJI has provided a very nice styrofoam, molded case. And what's really nice about it, you look at it, it even has a very nice latch. That twists open and it locks nicely. Ta-da! Yeah. Yeah. First thing is obviously the drone. Yeah. Controllers. Um, Charger. What else do you have here? The bag, which comes with two sets of propellers. So you see, look at the propellers; they are marked black and silver. It's a AC cable and a bunch of instructions. So far, so good. I think DJI is taking a cue from Apple, and they're spending you know a lot of effort in the packaging. Yeah? This packaging is actually quite useful because I can imagine if you can find like a case that's big enough, all you need to do is like fit that into the case, and you've got a very well protected way of carrying your Phantom 4. So now let's take a closer look at the kit. Now the Phantom itself, what I've noticed has changed. The the Firstly, if we look at the Phantom, appears to be in a nice sort of like smooth plastic, very very Apple inspired in its design. If you look at the camera, let me take the protector off. Now the protector holds on the both sides of the legs, and it pops out. So that's the camera. Yeah. So if you look at the camera, it looks like it's now supported from both sides. Yeah. And um, you know, it's much neater than the old Phantom 3. Um, what's interesting is like now I see there's like two additional like sensors on the right and left, as well as there is a ultrasonic sensor, as well as optical cameras, to help um, with the obstacle avoidance. So I imagine this would have like um, these two cameras here. If it's flying forward, would look forward and deal with the obstacle avoidance from the front. And there are two cameras down here as well as the ultrasonic sensors here. The ultrasonic sensors here presumably would provide the quadcopter with information of how the distance from the ground, and these two cameras would help with the uh, avoidance, of obstacles, if they are below the craft. Unfortunately, there's no cameras on the right, the left, the top, as well as the back. So I would imagine if you are flying sideways, or if you are flying backwards, or you happen to be flying up, you really have to be careful, because you cannot rely on the Phantom to provide the obstacle avoidance for you. Now, one thing very interesting about this the Phantom now is the way the motors are done, have been changed. If you take a close look at the motors, um, look at closely at the pins here. It doesn't have the just a simple screw thread, and note that this one here is marked. There's no marking on this one, but if you look closely at this one, there's a marking of like 3 black dots on the motor itself. So hold the motor, press the propeller down, just twist it, and you're done. That's it. Yeah. Likewise, if I do the propeller on the opposite end, hold the motor, press the propeller down onto the motor and twist it a bit, and it's locked. Yeah. Okay, hold the motor, press it down, twist it, and we're done. Yeah. Similarly, press, hold, twist, and we're done. Okay, so we have the propeller securely in the quad. Now, one thing that's changed quite significantly is the size of the battery as well. It looks like it's much shorter than the old Phantom 3 battery, but it's a lot wider, and it feels heavier as well. And one significant change is the way the batteries connect to the power supply. Now, it's interesting to note that the power supply looks like something that Apple would have made. And even the charging head seems to be inspired by Apple's design, in the sense that I can put it in one way, I can turn it around, and it goes in the other way as well. So I don't have to fumble and try and figure which side is up. Yeah. So that's very neat. And presumably with more connectors, there's more there's a lot more intelligence in the charger as well. Because if I remember, the old batteries only had 2 pins going into the battery. I look at it, there's heck of a lot more pins. Yeah. So if we looked at how the battery goes into the quad, as usual, we can turn it on and off to see how much power we have, and press it in, and snap it in, and it's in. Similarly, I look, pressing the buttons at the top and bottom, I can pull the battery out quite easily. So here's the initial impressions of the quad of the Phantom 4. I mean, it definitely looks a lot more refined from the Phantom 3. They seem to be the plastic looks a lot classier. The finish and fit, it's a lot better, and especially if you look at the where the camera used to mount to the body, instead of having another separate component that sit with a little rubber feet onto the body. It's now completely molded, and it looks very neat instead. This camera, it looks more sturdy. It's mounted both on the right and left, and I'm looking, and I still see a exposed bit of ribbon wire here, but it is definitely a lot more well concealed and protected compared to the Phantom 3. Yeah? In terms of ports, I see the memory card is now sitting by the side. Yeah, so it seems to be quite secure, and they've provided 16 GB memory card for use. But mind you, it looks like they're providing a Panasonic Class 10 card now, whereas when I got my Phantom 3, they provided a Lexar card, which I felt was of a better quality. Yeah. Okay. Now we look at the close look at the remote. Outwardly, it doesn't look like it has changed at all from the previous Phantom 3 remote. I'm trying to look out for any changes now. One thing I can say, it seems to be more secure than the holder for the iPad seems to be a lot more secure, because like in the old Phantom 3, when I took it out, this used to be loose. But apart from that, I don't see any other difference from the old Phantom 3 remote. What I can notice is this button here now has a pause symbol on it. So presumably that's used to stop or pause the quadcopter when it's in automatic flight mode. There's a home button. Yeah, there's an on-off button. There are buttons at the bottom. Yeah, and then and there are toggle wheels on the right and left. Yeah, and there is a pause button. There's a one button here, and there seems to be a record button here, as well as there's a 3-position switch here. Which is now marked P, S, and A. Okay, so that's Phantom 4. Just got it, so I'm going to try and fly it, and we'll give you some update. Once we have this thing flying in the air.